It is 19:07 East African time on the 31st of May 2024, and this is Black Hot Fire Updates, where we are going to be looking at each and everything that was hitting the headlines in Africa, in all the corners of Africa, with, of course, looking at the theatrics and everything else that was served to us. We're going to be looking at a lot of things, starting with, of course, South Africa, which is having its election. How are the results looking so far? Yesterday, I reported on how it looks like ANC might be losing the election for the first time in history. However, if you're looking at the results, you might be wondering, what do you mean ANC is losing the election while clearly ANC is the one that is leading and by a big margin? In that case, almost double the margin that the second party, the DP, has. So I'm going to be telling you about why, even though ANC is leading and leading by a big margin for that case, it's still in the verge of losing. So South Africa might see a coalition government. So we're going to be looking at that. Apart from that, our main focus of the day will be how a certain section of Africa is now quoting China. It is headed east. East and west are really the same thing, but in this context, as Kenya and other countries are looking to the US, we're going to be looking at how Egypt, Tunisia, and so many other African countries, including the DRC and Kenya also, have become debt slaves to China, to this Asian country. So as I said, East and West is really the same, but some are choosing the Western master, some the Eastern master, who all answer to the same master. So we're going to be looking at that deeply, with Tunisia's President Kais Saied meeting the Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing today, with Egyptian President El Sisi, his name is El Sisi, Fatel El Sisi, meeting Xi Jinping yesterday. So it looks like a whole strategic. It's probably comes after the Kenya's visit to the US. So we're now having African leaders being called to Beijing to hold conversations with Xi Jinping. So I'm also going to be telling you about the sanction of Uganda's parliament speaker, her husband, and other leaders, Ugandan politicians, over what the US is terming as corruption and rights abuses. And Museveni was so mad because he learned that the speaker has a house somewhere in the UK, and he had to write to the speaker to ask about the same. So it looked like the US might be onto something, because it's true the speaker is corrupt. It even shocked Museveni that she has a whole house in the. Let me look for the letter. I saw the email that Museveni wrote to the speaker so that I can read it to you. So it looks like they have now been, so among other things that the speaker is being accused is forging house ownership evidence to Museveni. So she lied to Museveni about who owns the house that she has in the UK. And so it was the US that revealed that the house that she had lied that she rented was actually hers. So she has been sanctioned by the US with other officials and her husband. So we saw President Museveni asking the speaker, her name is Anita, to explain. In a letter, Museveni wrote a letter to her asking her to explain whether she owns a house in the UK or she's renting it, after he reportedly got information contrary to what the woman MP had said. So the letter reads, I have gotten information that is contrary to what you told me, that you indeed own a house in London in the form of Flat 4, Silk House, 7 Waterden Road, London, E23AL, United Kingdom. Do you own that house or are you renting? that is that is Museveni's letter to the speaker. He could also not believe that a mere speaker who's not paid that much could afford to own a house in Waterden Road, London. I don't know whether that is a posh neighborhood unless General Mosquito tells us, but she owns a house in Waterden Road in London, UK. So the letter was written yesterday, and it was made public by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So Museveni wrote another one to the UK government demanding to get the real owner of the building of the alleged house. So the UK sanctioned, was the first to sanction the speaker, by the way. So the UK sanctioned the Ugandan. It looks like the Ugandan speaker is a menace. This lady, her name is Anita. The UK was the first to sanction her. Not like they are the cleanest of the slate, but they were the first to sanction her. And the sanction involved a travel ban and an asset freeze. That was against the speaker and two former ministers. So Anita at that time denied ever owning any asset in the UK. She said she does not own anything in the UK. So later on, when the US sanctioned her, it was when it came out that she actually owns property in the UK. So the Director of Communication and Public Affairs in the Ugandan Parliament wrote, Speaker Anita owns. So that was when the UK claimed that she has a property in the UK. So the Communication Department of the Parliament wrote, Speaker Anita owns no property in the UK. We would be glad to see the land title of the alleged property. The lies have expiry date. President Museveni is evidence-based decision maker, not driven by emotion, and will demand evidence. So that was when they accused her of having property. So they denied that she has, but now it has come out that, among other things, she owns a house in Waterden Road, the UK. So she has now been sanctioned by two countries, and Museveni is really mad and demanded to know whether it is true. But the house was not the issue. The issue was the government's claim that she was among the most corrupt leaders we have around. So that was why they sanctioned her. So that is Uganda. We're also going to be looking at South Sudan. South Sudan is another country that is going through a little bit of a shakeup. And the EU today denied allegation that Western powers want to delay South Sudan's election. So I'm going to be telling you about that in a bit. And finally, we are also going to be looking at South Africa's election before we get to the Chinese and their debt trap in Africa. So let us first look at South Africa's election, what has been happening. So as I told you, if you look at the election so far, 54% of the election results are out. And so far, ANC is leading the African National Congress that is under the leadership of Ramaphosa. However, despite the fact that ANC is leading, it is going to fall. It is leading but will not clinch presidency like that. Why? Because in South Africa, they use a different system. They use a parliamentarian system. And for you to be able to be selected, elected, nominated as president, you have to have had about 50% of the votes and clinched majority. So if you get 50% of the votes, like ANC did in 2019 when it clinched 57.5%, then you automatically get the authority to appoint a president. However, from the 54.9% polling stations that have reported so far, ANC is leading, yes, but the percentage is really low. It's leading at about 40%,
46.
42.1%.
I know that. I knew they were gonna win anyway. They're gonna
Yeah, they're
win.
not gonna. They're not gonna win.
They are gonna win. Who's gonna tell? They're already at 46%.
Yeah, they
Most
need
count.
50. They need 50 for that. They're not
Yeah,
gonna
they
win.
gonna. That means they're gonna have a coalition. They're still gonna be the
Yeah,
majority
they're gonna have a
party.
coalition. They're not gonna
They
win.
go,
They're gonna have a coalition with the second party. By the way, is the one that is
the
led by the
white
white
one.
man called
I
DP.
told you that. I told you
Yep.
that. Listen, Demore. You understand the South Africa? I've been to South Africa. You're dealing with morons, okay? And make sure you understand this. You
But
understand it? No, but nothing. You're dealing with
yeah,
morons.
I
but
told you
nothing.
about
But
Zuma,
but
and you
nothing.
underestimated Zuma case.
Zuma not getting nothing. I told you Zuma not gonna get
He's
me
not
like
gonna get anything, but Zuma is the reason ANC failed.
that's not the reason why ANC ain't never
He
done
is the
shit.
reason. Yeah, if you look at the results,
Oh, you can talk about the 8%. Who cares
now,
if they were doing
now
something for people, Demore?
Zuma
They would have got.
Zuma has
They would.
10.8% of the votes, and most of
Here's
the
what.
votes came from Zuma's home. He has 10.8%,
So
and
what? Who
imagine.
cares? So
No,
what?
he's not gonna win. He's not gonna win, but his
And then,
main objective
and no,
was to spoil it for the ANC, and he
well,
succeeded
well,
because
so what? If the ANC was doing shit, they wouldn't have lost. They didn't do shit for nobody. So you can't
yeah,
blame Jacob Zuma. Anyway, that's beside the point.
yeah,
If you do it,
Zuma's main objective, he knew he was not gonna win because he
if
was a
you
new
was
party.
if you was doing shit, you wouldn't have had to worry about that. They wasn't doing
Mhm,
shit. If they were doing shit for them people, they wouldn't have voted for Zuma. So that's the ANC fault.
mhm.
I knew the white man was gonna come close because the South Africans feel the South Africans are xenophobic family. I told you. They hate other African people. So I told you Jews Millennium were gonna get shit. I thought you say, well, Jews Millennium. I said Jews Millennium gonna get shit. I know. Them talking that African shit in South Africa, that's a no-no. These goofy Negroes like white people smacking them in the head, talking stupid to them, and blaming other Africans why they don't got no jobs, why the white people own everything. You know, it's the Nigerians and the Kenyans fault that are in here, the Somalis that are in here, that we don't got shit. But they don't got shit either. So what? So what? It's their fault. So the idea that these backward ass niggas were gonna stop they were gonna love to vote for what? I told you they wanted to make a new country called the Cape and make it like Israel. These moronic ass niggas who live in the slums and fucked up, they only make $500 a year, said, yeah, I think that may be a good idea. Can we live with you too, white man? They said, no, we don't want you niggas in there. So these goddamn dumbass black people are in support of white people still have their country. That's how bad apartheid and ignorance has made these morons. I told you, South Africa, never going to accept no other Pan-Africanism. This country's fucked up. 2 ways till Sunday. It is
So
colonized in the head.
Malema did fail, but Malema failing is not what shocked me. It was the fact that he was even beaten. You know, with all the hype, he came fourth
I told
with
you.
all the hype.
I
Yeah,
told you. you
with
yeah.
that man had the hype, man.
The more
He
you
had
got caught up in that, the more you
9.6%.
got caught up in the hype. You got caught up in the
Yep,
hype and not the reality on the ground. I knew. That's
yep.
why I told you he wasn't
The
gonna
hype
get shit.
people never voted for him.
They like a PDC. He's the EFF. I said, fuck that goofy
Yeah,
EFF. I told you. The
they
African,
lied.
the
They
South
lied to Mr.
African
Madi.
mind, the South African mind, the moral, 100.
Mhm.
You think the Kenyans are fucked up in their head? You better times that times 10. You fucking with a South African. You talking about a pure moron and likes to be a moron
At
and
least
won't fight.
you have to give it to Malema. He is a little different from the politicians that we see. For example, in Kenya, they never concede defeat. He conceded defeat. Was among the first people to say, yeah, we lost it. We're going to try again, which is... So this was the final rally that hyped Malema, and he thought he was going to win.
Oh,
I don't know where all these people went to when it came to actual voting, but they
they
really
voted.
hyped him.
That's on the stadium. You got a country of
They,
60 million and 60 million people. That ain't
yep,
shit. I mean, that stadium, a couple 100,000, 80,000, 60,000. That's not no country, right? That's small. How many people fit in that stadium? 60,000 out of
60,
60
70,000.
million.
Yep.
That ain't shit. That's not even. That's less than 1% of the vote.
I remember telling you to do not underestimate Zuma's ability to deceive especially the poor people. Imagine he started a new party and was able to lie. He had just been released from prison for a lot
So
of
what?
corruption scandals.
I
He
said he
was
get.
in prison
So
for
what?
corruption.
What he do? Yeah. So what? So what? What
Yeah,
he get?
so
He ain't
and
get. He ain't get shit either.
he was able to convince and lie to
He ain't
10.8%.
had to convince nobody. Those people are morons, ignorant. They talking about
Yeah,
convince
he
no.
was able to convince them. That's why they
They
voted for him.
can
They were able to buy his life.
convince. Well, he said he's from the village, so they don't convince them shit. You got listen. South
So,
Africans are some of the dumbest Africans on the continent. I try to
uh-huh.
keep telling people this. So when I tell people the elections was going, I said the ANC's going to win, go have the most votes. I said that white party's going to come in second. That can't listen. I've been to South Africa. These Negroes are fucking stupid.
Mhm.
Okay? And they're colonized in the head. I mean, colonized to the core. So that Jules Molina talking that African shit, they're like, what? You got these South Africans want to be white people. They want to be white people so bad. That's why skin bleaching was crazy in South Africa. They want to be white so bad. That's their dream. Even the white people tell them, no, you dirty nigga. Shut your filthy nigga mouth. Please, white man, make me white. Please. Please, white man. It's that deep. See, the Moor can't fathom that because can't stand that mindset. That's real. I've been there. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, God, white people talk to them crazy in their face, the Moray. In an African country, they bootlicks. White men are coming to you and tell you, the Moray, shine my shoe, nigga. You say, what? How much? What you mean? Shine my shoe, boy. You say, how much? Nothing. You're not getting a goddamn thing, but get your ass down and shine my shoe. And the South African will do it. That's right. So when I tell people that truly get mad, okay, they wouldn't. Not all South Africans, but the majority. You ain't. When you get Pan African, you have to wait for them motherfuckers to join years later. The white people that fuck these niggas' minds up so bad,
Mhm.
they I wouldn't put South Africans on no military. They'll turn on your ass. Oh hell no. Answer is no. None of these niggas in no military. An African military, the answer is no. Their minds are so fucked up and colonized. I guess because it's recent, since 1994. Their minds are they haven't had an awakening. Their minds are so fucked up. And they're super ignorant. The white man that kicked the South African, ignorant as shit. That's why he's so xenophobic.
Mhm.
You other Africans coming to get my resources and my infrastructure. You ain't got control of your infrastructure. What the fuck are you talking about? Have you seen the way you live? Other Africans who live in these other countries, Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, are richer than you.
Mhm.
They're richer than you. They coming to steal shit from you. You motherfuckers are morons. So I knew what was gonna happen. ANC was gonna win. I know they was gonna get less than 50. See, I don't know that that's true. When
Yeah.
I say win the more, I mean the majority of the vote. I'm not
Mhm.
saying to make that coalition any 50%. I
If
just say
they
they were
win,
gonna beat the majority.
if they win and they don't get the 50%, then it will be
But they have to
it will
unite.
be
We have to get
it
50.
will be an
They can
irrelevant
they
win because
they can do a
they need
coalition
more
with Jacob Zuma. Well, do one with Jacob Zuma's party. Don't do it with the white people. You do it with the
Mhm.
white man, you fuck, you morons.
Yeah,
But
they can do that, or they can also do that with Malema. So it's one of it's
he can do Malema too, exactly. They don't
yeah.
want Malema because Malema is a thorn in his side. Jacob Zuma, I'd like to get there because he'll just be corrupt. I need some more money, niggas. I done see my
Mhm.
people stupid. They won't mind me stealing money. That's what we do here. We steal and rob and shit. I want,
Yeah, so
I
it
want
doesn't
my,
even
I want my part.
according to an article that I'm looking at from a South African press is that the people who are more concerned about ANC is the see, it is the business community and investors in South Africa. Why? Because Malema is very vocal on the seizure of white-owned farms
Yeah.
and the taking back of mines and banks. So the investors and the business community are really hoping ANC will not look Malema's way.
But when you see the other black people didn't vote their way, they didn't want their own shit back. Tomorrow, they're colonized in the fucking head. They didn't want their own shit back that was stolen from them. I told you they'll lick white people's asses. They think that, look, these niggas are so backwards, tomorrow. They don't believe they can do. Communism is this deep, tomorrow. Like most times, they believe they can't do shit without white people telling them and instruct them and being their bosses. They believe they need white people to even wipe their own ass tomorrow. I'm gonna be brutal. I'm gonna be brutal and honest. South Africans believe white people got to do everything for them. Without white people, they can't survive. That's how fucked up they mind are. They've been colonized so long, and that's what they believe. I'm not saying what I think they believe. That's what they believe.
But they think that their problems are brought by Nigerians who,
Yeah,
you know,
and
that's
all other
I now
Africans.
understand how
Exactly.
stupid. And Jiba Jaba is asking, did the white man win? So let me give you an update of what
No,
is happening.
no. He got like 24, 25%, something like that.
So the
No,
election result is not all
and it's
in.
not, and it's not, and
4.9% of the result is what has been in. And so far, ANC is leading with a 42.1%. The second party is the DP that is led by the white contestant. He has a 20%. And thirdly, we have Zuma with a 10.8%. And the last one is Malema with a 9.6%, according to
I
the
want you to
result.
understand, Jibba Jabba. Look all them numbers that Demori's talking about. So, white people are such a small minority, their vote is insignificant. So for that white man to get second place, a bunch of goofy niggas voted for that white man because I told you, they in South Africa are so fucked up in the head. That's why they couldn't free themselves. They keep talking about South Africa never freed themselves. It's the rest of Africa, including Nigeria and Americans here, the American African had, remember, we was kids growing up because we had to divest from South Africa. Same way they're asking the colleges now to divest from Israel. That's what we did. And it was Angola that waged real warfare on their ass. South Africans didn't free themselves like the Kenyans did, like the Mamas fighting. They didn't fight shit. It was the Angolans that fought the South African and beat the white man. And you imagine, and they want to, and you imagine the Angolans thinking, and now they want to give the country right back over to the white man. The Angolans died for these goofy niggas. Die for these motherfuckers. Also the shout out to the Namibians. They're different. They want their land back. Yeah, the Angolans died for the South Africans and the Namibians. It's a kick in their goddamn face. Die for these weak motherfuckers. Take up arms and fight this white man for these weak ass niggas and they fake ass Nelson Mandela shit. I say let them stay in poverty. Fuck them. Let them learn. Fuck them. Let them learn. South Africa, their minds are so colonized, fucked up. I've been said that people get mad. I try to be quiet about it. I try to tell them more what was going to happen. Oh, Keith, this blah, blah, blah. Nah, fuck all that.
Yeah, so that is what has so Jibajaba is asking what with all the dancing. Those are people lying to Malema that they are gonna vote for him. But unfortunately, votes were not enough.
Niggas always dance for nonsense. Shit that don't mean nothing.
They were trying to hype Malema, who has been beaten by everybody else.
Yeah, came in last. I told them all that there was a seat to hype. Malema. I said he's gonna lose.
Who do you think? I told you do not underestimate Zuma. He might end up being in the government. By the way, the coalition might be.
Well, good. Well, that's gonna be the only choice. So what? He be in the government, good. He's gonna be. He said, "Listen, man, that's right. I just want, I want to be able to steal some money like that. I want to steal. You don't want the white man in there, so come get me. You don't want Julius. You don't want that Molina nigga in there. I'm here. So hey, it's time for me to do some stealing. All right? Okay, we're gonna put some of the stealing with you. Cool. That's what they'll do. So, you know, um, South Africa, listen, the South African mind is so first Africans on the continent. Their minds are, and then all of Africa's colonized believe that. African minds over Africa's fucked up, but their minds is on another level fucked up. Okay? So you got like maybe 8-9% that are not the ones with Julius Malema. And that's only 7-9% of the population. The majority of these niggas in South Africa minds are fucked up, Jack. I mean that. Colonized. They don't believe they can put on their shoes. Let a white man say, let me tie your shoes up, you retarded nigga. Let me show you. Okay, thank you, master. That's how gone they are. They blame other Africans who ain't got shoes, don't control none of their country. Can you imagine being a majority black country? You scared to get your land back? You scared to get your businesses back?
Mm-hmm.
You scared about shit? Imagine this, because your mind is capped. Your mind is fucked up. That is what it is. I told you, Jules, about Jules, man, Jules Malina ain't got a chance in hell. I'm keeping it real with you.
Yeah, so that is South Africa. We're gonna see how it is gonna end. Uh, ANC, it's still at 54.9%, so maybe they might, but I don't think they're gonna get the 50%. They are 100% not gonna get that. So let us look at other things, kid. Where
I told you that. I told you that I said the ANC was gonna be damaged, but they'll still win. See, I ain't know about that thing. I said the ANC's gonna do that. They're gonna be damaged. I told you that because they don't do shit for nobody. They're corrupt as fuck. Like every African country, they don't do shit.
I actually saw an interview yesterday that they were doing of voters, and majority of the voters in South Africa were either voting for or against ANC. They were not voting for. If they voted for Malema, it's not because they loved him, it's because they wanted to vote against ANC.
ANC,
so it was
yeah.
either you voting for ANC or against ANC. So
yeah,
you're not voting for the white man, not because you voting against Ramaphosa and the ANC. So that is.
I think the motherfuckers who vote for the white man were voting for that white man. I think maybe just Malema was a protest vote in Zuma, yeah. But the cats that voted for that white man, nah, buddy. I know him too much. They wanted that white man. They believe in that cracker. Yeah. Crazy as that seems, they believe it. You got tomorrow. You got South Africans in South Africa saying it was better under apartheid when they was beating and whipping us. At least we had a job that paid us nothing, but we had a job. That's what these morons are saying. For real. So I always said that. I said to be the most developed country in Africa, this is the most colonized I've seen of African people. These motherfuckers' minds is fucked up. White people, I mean, listen, man. Anybody been in South Africa, you see the disrespect. It's like you being President Ruto coming to America every day of your life. The disrespect is crazy, tomorrow. It's every day in your face. I'm like, wow. Mention me, I'm an outsider being an observer tomorrow. I'm sitting there just looking at this shit. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I said, this must have been like to be in America with my grandparents. They openly in your face disrespectful shit. Hey, get away from me, nigga.
It's the dancing that is driving Jiba Jabba nuts. He does not like how they are dancing instead of fighting for what they have, for what they own. And it is raining really heavily. So let us look at our
They never fought. They did. They had protests. Let's say they fought. They had protests in South Africa. They never fought. They never went to war against these crackers. They did protests. They say, woo! Motherfucker, that didn't free you. All that protest you did, woo, 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 ha, ha, all that dancing, and protesting. Yeah, they say, yeah, we were fighting against apartheid government, but you never fought. You didn't do what the mama did. You didn't do Ango. You never fought shit. You protested. Good for you. I'm here to tell you, protesting don't change shit. See, they didn't decide to let you be free because you was protesting. They only decided to stop apartheid because Angola was whipping their ass in a war. Not because you dance in the street. Ooh, I'm upset. Ooh, I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm upset. So, shit. Protests don't change shit. Understand that? Motherfucking protest the street. So what? Government knows you're going to protest because you're angry. You blowing off steam good.
Two things, kid. One, you cannot vote yourself out of poverty, and
That's right.
two, you cannot protest and dance yourself out of poverty too.
That's right. All right. Well, tomorrow, I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm upset. You know what the people in power say? We're good. As soon as you get done screaming, hollering, nigga, you go back home.
Yeah. In Egypt and Tunisia,
Right.
we were to look at China's debt problem in Africa, which we might look into deeper tomorrow. But so today we are to look at how this week alone we've had two African presidents visit Beijing. I don't know, summoned to Beijing. We had Tunisia's President Kais Saied meet with Xi Jinping today. We had Fatal El-Sisi of Egypt meet with Xi Jinping yesterday in Beijing. So there is a summoning going on where China is now summoning African presidents there over what they're calling.
African. Them motherfuckers ain't Africans. Those are
Yeah,
Arabs, tomorrow.
yeah, but
Yeah, they don't consider themselves Africans, tomorrow. They consider themselves Arabs
mhm.
who happen to have in African countries that they conquer. They call that. They don't. They kick out Africans. Get your black ass out of here. They're not Africans. Those are Arab countries run by Arabs who invaded Africa. Yeah, they sit on the continent of Africa. They don't consider themselves African countries. You hear Morocco tell you, we're not no African country. If fucking we in Africa or not. We're not no African country. Get out of here.
That does not take away the fact that majority of Africa owes Chinese billions and billions of money. Ghana owes China about 3 billion that it was lended the other day. I mean, almost every African country right now owes China in a way.
They don't know China. They don't know China. They're on the Rothschild. The Rothschild and the Rockefellers created China. That was to go back in and create another debt trap. China's a fake country, controlled by the same powers that own the IMF and the World Bank. So people got get to the World Bank and the IMF. A lot of African countries tried to get free. They went to their back door to their other made-up country, China. So that's who's doing the cats with the small hats are China coming back, putting Africans in debt traps. Make sure you don't get away. Get you this fake counterfeit money. You give me your real resources.
Yeah, so from 2000 to 2022, Chinese lenders, which Keith is saying are not really Chinese lenders, have lended Africa about 170 billion USD.
Right.
That is to 49
How
African countries. So
How does a poor country, Demore, become a superpower in 30 years? How does a poor country, poor than Kenya, how'd that happen? They had no industry.
Yeah, they're gonna tell you that. We checked that with you, and they said it was because of industrialization, which is true.
Yeah, but who did it? They didn't have no money. They didn't have any money. So who industrialized their ass?
Yeah, you don't wake up and set up industries.
Yeah, you don't, especially when you're broke, Demore. So who funded their industrialization? That's what you gonna. Who funded? They couldn't fund it. They're broke. They're poor. So who funded it? They didn't fund the shit. They didn't have any money. They didn't have any goddamn money. Hey, take that picture down right there. Take that bill down and show me this bill. Don't say say China. Go to YouTube. Stay still. YouTube and say China and China and bicycles in 19. Let's say 1980. Let's say 1980. China and bicycle transportation in 1980. Motherfuckers didn't have cars in China back in the 80s. It was a bunch of bicycle ride motherfuckers. They think China just started having industry. How do you have industry when they broke? Couldn't even feed their people. That's always the dirty secret. They bicycle transportation in the 80s in China. Whole city was on bicycles. Ching 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 ching. Of course, it looked different today. It's all modern today. Yeah, that was their history 40 years ago. Not cars, motherfuckers on bicycles. Because they wasn't industrialized. Now, yeah, that's in the day. Yeah.
Bicycles 40 years ago.
That's right. Now look at
Africa.
Now look at them. Look at them. Look at all the cars. Yeah, you think a motherfucker a bicycle riding ass country industrialize themselves with what? With bicycle parts? Shit.
Yeah, these ones rode themselves to financial freedom as the South Africans were dancing.
Yeah. So that's all they do is come in through the back door, use the Chinese to re-enslave Africans. Since the Africans are morons, hey, they good for you. It's a goddamn country. What's that?
And so that was Tunisia and Egyptian president meeting Xi Jinping, but that most of Africa's infrastructure and everything has been done by the Chinese. Of course, there's somebody behind the Chinese, but it's the Chinese that we see. I told you, in the whole of Africa, only 5 countries do not owe China anything. And I would love to know what countries those are. But 49 out of 54 countries, 55, if you believe Sahrawi is a country.
Well, probably, I know, Libya's tore up, and then probably Libya. Let me take my guess. Libya.
Only 5 countries don't owe China in Africa.
I'm trying to name. I think Libya, probably Morocco, probably Algeria, and none of the black ones are all fucked up. So the African people, they all backward and owe everybody. So I'm gonna say it's most of the Arab ones: Libya, Morocco, Algeria, and maybe Madagascar.
So the top 10 countries that owe China the most money, you can take your guess. Number 1,
Angola.
Number 1 is Angola. You are right.
Angola.
Yes. Angola is number 1, owning about.
Yeah, I knew it's gonna be Angola because it's gonna be Angola because the white man need to come back in. The Jews need to come back in the back door and enslave them, because they overthrew that Jewish state in South Africa. They needed to dismantle their ass because they the ones who toppled apartheid in South Africa, ran by the small hats. So they need to come back to the back door and enslave them morons. You niggas think you're free? You're not. Then we're going to dismantle your military. That's what they did.
So number 1 is Angola. Number 2 is Ethiopia. Number 3 is Zambia. After Zambia is Kenya. After Kenya is Nigeria. Then Cameroon. Then Sudan. Then the DRC, Ghana, and Cote d'Ivoire. Those are the top 10 countries that owe China the most money. So countries that do not owe China anything include, so the 5 of them, I can only say 3 here. 1 is Algeria.
Told you.
1 is Botswana and
Morocco. Damn. Morocco. So I got 2. I'm sure I told you be the non-African ones. Morocco, Algeria. I'm pretty sure it's Libya on there too.
Mm-hmm.
and whichever one, but yeah, because they're not going to be stupid enough as the African. African, imagine you growing up in colonialism, you get some fake power, and you are a moron. You don't know how finances work. I'm gonna make you the big man. These niggas in Africa love to be. I'm the big man and get my car. Do I get a big car, master? Yeah, you get a big car, boy. Yeah, pat him on the head. Yeah, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, I get my plane and take my cars to America. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Fucking moron. So, so, yeah, I knew it was gonna be the non-black African countries because they're not moronic like these niggas. You imagine the mindset of African people come out of colonialism. You're dealing with childlike minds. They don't know how to negotiate with real people. They don't. The child in the head. You don't know how to negotiate shit. You
And
love everybody and worship everybody. Go ahead.
Jiba Jaba is curious to know what is the average IQ in China, and according to Google, it's double the IQ in Gambia because they have a 104
Yeah.
average. That is according to Google, which they say China's IQ is 104.1.
Oh,
That is the
boy, there you
average.
go. Average.
Mhm.
And you got the average African 72 and under. That's average African is fucking retarded.
But they say the highest IQ is from Taiwan, and Taiwan. If you mention Taiwan in China, they really hate the Taiwan there. So Taiwan is the highest with 106, according to Google. The same Google that puts Gambians at 54. 54. That
50.
kid said you are too
Imagine
dumb.
your IQ level at 50. They might be. They might put it. They might be dumb as shit in Gambia and just screw up. Gambia did this just recently. No, listen, you dumb as shit. Listen, the ignorance level in Africa is crazy. But anyway, Gambia decided to do this. Is how corrupt and backward and stupid you are. Gambia held some conference. I think it's like some kind of goofy conference. I want you to look this up tomorrow. Gambia held a conference already. And for these leaders to come who didn't want to come to Gambia because it's undeveloped and fucked up, they didn't want to go there really. Gambia bought, not rented or leased, but all these brand new SUVs, the more for 1 day event that only lasts like 4 or 5 hours. See, about 100 SUVs
Wow.
at $100,000. So put this up. Say Gambia buys 100 SUVs at $100,000 for one conference.
And as I check that, do you know what the IQ chart reads? For 40, that is an IQ of 40 to 54. It says that is severe mental disability.
Yeah, I told you retarded tomorrow. I just said that.
No, you're not just retarded, you severely retarded. You know?
Yeah, you're severely retarded. Yeah, because
Yeah.
70 is retarded. You're severely retarded tomorrow.
That's crazy.
So any scheme and scam, that's why you easily exploited.
Mhm.
You're mentally fucked up in the head. You can't
Yeah,
you
so
can't go ahead.
majority of Africans they said it was 75. So 70 to 84 is the borderline to mental disability. So that's
Yeah,
where
you're
they
retarded. Hey,
yeah,
I
we
see.
are
I
at the
think.
borderline
See,
to
so Jimmy was right. 80. It's at 84. I know 84 is 100. I knew it's at 70. The might put up that 7. That's at 70 something. You're retarded.
because 115 to 129 115 to 129 is the above average or bright.
Yeah, yeah. I'm 130. I'm like,
That is
God damn.
they say that is moderately gifted.
Yes, I'm like, I already knew that when I was a child. I was gifted. But I give an IQ test. They got that through my handwriting. Said.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I remember my cursive writing. When I do cursive writing, that's something to do with my intelligence. They wanted to give me an IQ test. It was like 131, 135, something like that, and then 130 something. Anyway, I'm like, God damn, when you go say 70, I said, God damn, that's retarded.
severe severe retardedness. That is severe mental disability for the Gambians. But anyway, let us finish up with the US sanctioning Uganda's parliament speaker, her husband, and other leaders of a
But
corruption. Something that shocked even Museveni. Museveni was shocked.
he's not shocked.
He was shocked to learn that the speaker owns property in the UK.
He's not shocked. They
He
all
was.
corrupt, the Morey.
So he wrote a letter to the speaker. So the UK was the first to sanction this speaker. Her name is Anita.
They, they only sanction him, Demore, because of the homosexual bill. But
Mhm.
Demore,
It's the
they've
speaker
been
that is
they
sanctioned.
I know, but they know they corrupt Demore. They're their puppets, Demore. They know.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
so
Tim. Go
they
ahead.
know they were without even considering why they were sanctioned, as ignoring the sanctions. It is
Uh,
crazy for a speaker, just a speaker. She's just a speaker, nothing more than that. She owns property in the UK. Her husband owns property in the UK. Her and her husband, who's not even a government official, also owns
what
property in the UK.
what I tell you, Demore? They always own property in the UK, United States, and France, the
Mhm.
colonial masters. So when they get to talking crazy, they tell them we're gonna and the bank accounts are not in Africa. They're in England, France, and the Cayman Islands. Then they say, if we don't, we're gonna freeze your accounts, then we let you steal, and we're gonna take away your properties. That's part of
Yeah,
the scam.
this one even has a house in one of the posh neighborhoods in London. She owns a house there. As
Wait, that's gonna be the fucked up name. That's gonna be the fucked up
let me see
neighborhood.
how much she's paid. Let me see how much she's paid.
Ain't gonna be in a bad neighborhood.
Uh, let me see how much she's paid for her to afford this luxury. The Speaker of Parliament in Uganda, how much does she earn? They say 20 million salary, 20 million shillings. She earns 20 million shillings.
That's Ugandan shillings though. How much is 20 million Ugandan shillings? You gotta ask Google. How much is 20 million? Say what? How much is 20 million Ugandan shillings in American money? Ask
Let me
Google that. Yeah, this is not is outrageous as the Kenyan salaries. Kenyan salaries are like Nigerians. Shit don't make no sense. Shit crazy.
Nah, this is too low. She can't
No,
be
what
earning
is
this.
it? Yes, he is. Cause you think that I told you they're not. They haven't. They do their graph different. Kenya and Nigeria, their salaries don't make no sense. You're a third world country, and the salaries are crazy. Salaries in Nigeria, Kenya make more than the Congress people in America. You're like,
It's about
what the fuck?
$5,000. That's too little.
That's no, it ain't because the president of Uganda, he makes like $30,000 a year, his
Wow.
salary. But I know he's worth millions.
Catch Root or Dead earning 30,000 a
I
month.
know. So say, see, pull up, say, what is the Ugandan president's yearly salary? You see it. It's like 20, 30,000, 40,000, maybe like $45,000. Pull that shit
But he
up.
steals 100 more. So he earns Kenya shillings 24 million a year. That is 2 million a month. Come on. 2 million Kenya
I'm,
shillings a month. Let me
ooh,
convert that to US dollars. That is
no,
2 million Kenya shillings is about
who's
20,000.
that? Who's that?
The
Museveni?
president, yeah.
How much is it?
20,000.
Yeah.
Nobody's
They,
taking that in Kenya, kid. 20,000 as a president. Let me check how
that's
much.
all he's making is 20,000 a year. I thought it was like 40,000. Yeah. Only listen, you guys' salaries are corrupt as fuck in Kenya and Nigeria. Everybody Nigerian Congress people got Lamborghinis and fucking Maseratis and Ferraris as a member of parliament. You're like, what?
So
I,
that
I
was
remember I
the
did that shit with
US.
Spikes. Yeah, so
Mhm.
anyway, yeah, so imagine her salary's 5,000 a year. So how the fuck is she affording these properties in the UK?
How is she buying property in the UK with that type of salary?
She
So,
can't.
in as much
She
as the
corrupt.
US and the UK has its reason for sanctioning her, she's still corrupt as hell.
Yeah, they all tomorrow. They already know they corrupt. So they only do this because they passed that homosexual bill and went against what they were told to do. So now they're being sanctioned. So that's what happens. It's the stealing of the country's wealth. All these politicians in Africa, tomorrow, are corrupt because they put in by the British and the French. They're all fucked up. They're all corrupt. Until you get a revolution, they're all fucked up with grab shit.
And
Look at it,
as
say,
we come to the end,
do,
go ahead.
do me a favor, Jamal. Let's say, what is the average salary of a MP in Nigeria?
Of an
That
MP.
shit gonna be crazy. Like, yeah, MP. That shit like maybe $500,000 a year. That shit crazy. Imagine
Let's
say, I mean,
see.
I said governor salary. It's crazy.
And Nigeria's currency is ridiculous, so it's gonna have so many zeros.
Yeah, the currency's been devalued. I mean, now say, what is it? See what that is in American money. I know it's crazy. I bet it's gonna be high as hell. I know that. It don't make no sense. In a developing country, this is what you paying a goddamn member of parliament? What? Whole country's corrupt to the hill.
So they're earning 750,000 naira a month. So let me see how much that is in US dollars.
He said 50,000 or 150.
750.
God
So
damn. So what's that?
they earn about 480,000 a year.
There you go. $480,000 a year. You know what I'm talking about? And the average salary for an American MP, congressperson, I think it's like 100,000. They get paid 4 times the amount of.
US senators earn 174,000 a year.
That was said.
Nigerian MPs earn 3 times that,
Yeah,
480,000 a year.
yeah. In a developing poor country, it's criminal. They're crooks. They're all criminal. You can't even make it make sense. That
For a
salary don't
country,
even make no damn sense.
for a country battling inflation, a country that
Yeah.
has no electricity, a country that
All right.
children are getting abducted, kidnapped, left, right, and center.
Four hundred
They can
eighty
still afford
thousand
to pay
dollars.
480,000 per MP, and I'm sure they
Half a
have.
million.
Let me see
Half
how
a
many.
million dollars.
Let me see how many they
Oh,
are.
whole bunch of them. God damn it. Kenya's close. Kenya ain't that far behind.
Yeah, sure, it is not. They
It's
have
crazy.
360 plus 109. The Senate has 109, and
God damn.
460 is the members of House of Representatives. So add
Okay,
360 to
God.
109, multiply that by 480,000.
How much is that, Jamari?
It's too big for me to read. A number too big for me to read.
That shit is crazy, family. This is why you know a country's so corrupt and don't give a shit about the salaries don't make no sense.
Telling me they earn more than even the US president earns.
Yeah, they do. That's when it makes $250,000 a year. That's the salary.
So as we come to the end, Job is coming up in a bit.
Hold on. Don't give me the Kenyans. God damn it.
Let me see the Kenyan. I know they earn about 750,000 Kenya shillings. That is about 75,000. But let me see.
But it ain't too bad. That I can accept that. That's not crazy like Nigeria. Nigeria's crazy. A country that
But
poor. Go ahead.
the Kenyan MPs, they are paid. How much are they paid per sitting? Is it 10,000? That is, they are paid about $100 per sitting. They are paid sitting allowance. So sitting down, you paid to sit down. You paid
What?
to, yeah, there is a
Sit
sitting
down.
allowance. Yeah,
Wow, it's crazy.
$100. Yep.
See, this is crazy. Another developing country. The salaries don't make sense. Anybody making 75,000 should not be making that much in the parliament. Kenya, a developing country, your salary should be maybe about 40,000. That's justifiable. 40 grand a year is justifiable for
So
Kenya's GDP. What
they
is
make
it?
they make 5,000 a month without the
They make,
allowances.
wait, 5,000 USD?
Yeah,
So how much is 5,000 times 12? What is that?
that is 60
Eight?
60,000.
No, that's more than that, God damn it. That's got to be more than that, ain't it? Is that
No, no, no.
60,000?
That is the one that they are indicating. It's 60,000 a year. That is
All right, that's about enough. I said it should be reduced to 40,000. They 20,000 overpaid for the GDP. So this is not
but
crazy. Like
at least for
this is not
them, they're not paid that much. But when you get into office, for example, you are given 75,000 car
that is
grant.
paid a lot for a developing country. You crazy? 60 grand a year in a
I
developing
mean, in
country?
comparison to Nigeria, kid,
Nigeria just don't make no. Nigeria's crazy shit. That shit don't even make any sense, Demore. That's
yeah,
stealing. That's stealing on another level. That stealing puts Kenya to shame. That kind of stealing, Demore. You
for
can't even
Kenyan
steal that much
MP,
from. You can't
when
even
you
steal
take
that much from a
power,
bank.
so for Kenyan MP, when you are sworn in, you are given 75,000 to buy a car, and you're also paid $100 every time you sit down. So if you sit down 5 times a week, you're gonna earn $100 times five.
Oh my God, this is shit. You're giving
It's
money
called
to
sitting
buy a
allowance.
car.
Yeah, 75,000 is to buy a
You're
good
giving
car. You need
money
a
to buy
car.
a car.
Come again?
Why don't you buy a car at your own goddamn salary? Why don't you buy a
No,
car at your own
that's
salary?
not,
You
no,
paid now.
you don't buy a car from your salary. You are given 75,000 to buy a car. It's a grant.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of crazy shit that don't make no sense. This is the kind of shit that keeps out. These are developing countries. You can't even make this shit up. That's why these motherfuckers always want to go into politics. 'Cause that's where all the stealing comes from. They don't make shit. They don't build shit. They don't create shit.
You just get paid to sit
You can't
down.
make it
And as
up.
we come to the end, that is all I had today on the updates. I'll be here tomorrow from 12:30. Hope to see you then. And Jiba
Yeah, we don't
Jaba,
want to look at Ghana.
Jiba,
Go ahead.
Jiba Jaba is saying all they do is argue which side to dent the Yakufi in Nigeria. And General Mosquito is in the building asking, who is that hollering like that? Is that Uncle Keith? So as we come
What
to the
happened right
end,
now?
that is General Mosquito just throwing digs at you.
What did he say? I said,
He's
you bet. I
asking
bet.
who's
I
hollering
bet
like
you
that.
got. I bet you Ghana shit is high as hell too. Corrupt ass bastards.
And Jiba Jaba is saying, I
Can
need
you?
2 hours. Uh-huh.
I
So
need
the
to be
Portugal.
Nigeria too.
Mhm.
$480,000, man. You making $500,000 to fucking do nothing.
Yep.
Shit's crazy. They make more. And the MP makes. I don't
Make
even know
more
what they
than the US
president
president.
makes more than the U.S. president. I don't know what they. I imagine what the if they make 480,000. I wonder what the goddamn Nigerian president makes. That shit crazy.
Let me check Nigerian president salary as the last thing before I go.
This shit crazy, man.
So he makes about, let me see,
You better not
he
make
makes
no more than $480,000 damn dollars. I'll tell you
he
that.
makes 69,000 USD.
How much?
69,000.
A year?
They haven't indicated really. They're just telling me
That's probably a
69,000.
month. How the fuck is he make? Because he can't be making $70,000 a year, and the
Mhm.
MPs are making 480, making goddamn 5 times the amount. Nah, that must be a month. That shit crazy. But don't worry about the board. But it's all corrupt as hell. Shit. These are goddamn developing countries, and the government is stealing all the money. Everybody can't listen. Everybody can't pay no teachers, no doctors. It's like
We
Nigerian
don't
kid,
even
they
have
can't pay no damn
we don't
body.
even have electricity in Nigeria. You can pay the doctors, but they won't be able to see the patients. They don't they don't even have electricity. So much love, family.
Hey, that's the more Nigerians. That ain't me. That's the more for this shit. That ain't me. Hey, hey, Nigeria, how about you cut some of the salary and pay the goddamn doctors? Jesus Christ. Motherfuckers that don't do nothing, you paying $480,000 and you can't pay your doctors, your teachers, your nurses, nothing. Man, crazy.
It is it is crazy. Much love, Keith.
But love, Demore.